Hi, I'm Emily. I've been helping people move better, feel better, and gain confidence moving in every stage of their life for the last 15 years, and I look forward to helping you feel more confident too. Hi there, welcome to our channel. My name is Emily. I'm excited to move with you today. We're going to be doing a very brief pelvic floor and core for postpartum flow today. So we're going to start down on a mat, laying down like you are about to do a crunch. So we're going to be laying on our backs. We're going to go over some really key concepts so that you understand how to engage the pelvic floor and make sure that we are learning to control it and not just contract it. You're going to have your hands down to your side, pressing into the floor with your palms, and we're going to inhale and exhale. We're bringing some awareness into this position so that we can understand if we are filling our lungs. You want to feel your rib cage open in this position all the way around. So feel the backs of your ribs breathing into the floor, and we're going to exhale. Feel the muscles on the sides of your abdominal cavity moving in toward your midline. The pelvic floor zips up toward your respiratory diaphragm, which is that muscle, the muscles that sit right underneath your rib cage as you're exhaling. Inhale, that diaphragm lowers a little bit when we inhale and relaxes. So does the pelvic floor. Exhale, they lift together. And then we're going to just find a little bit of connection, making sure that we are aligning so that the backs of our rib cage is really nice and connected with the floor. We're going to inhale again. We're going to exhale. And now we're going to properly go over how to brace the core. The bracing of the core should happen when we are tensing all of the muscles that make up our abdominal cavity, the muscles on the sides, which are our transverse abdominal muscles. We're going to feel a little bit of a lift of the pelvic floor. We're going to feel engagement of that respiratory diaphragm. All of this connects, as well as the muscles on the back, to tense and pull in and up toward our spine, but you should still be able to breathe while you're doing this. So that will look a little bit like this. Inhale, exhale, brace that core. You should still be able to talk. We're just tensing those muscles, almost like you're doing a cough. But when we cough, those muscles come in toward our spine instead of poofing out and putting downward pressure on that pelvic floor. Inhale, one more bracing of the core. Exhale. Brace that core. And as we're bracing the core, we're pressing into not just the backs of our arms, but our forearms and our palms as well, so that we make sure that we're not collapsing in at the shoulders. Now I want you to grab either a pillow or a ball or a yoga block, and you're going to stick it between your knees. I want you to feel how connected you can feel, maintaining that connection of the backs of the rib cage with the floor, bracing that core, squeezing that yoga block, pillow, whatever you have between your knees. You can even roll up a towel and place it between your knees, just something to maintain the connection between your inner thighs, and feel the muscles on the outsides of your legs engaging as well. You're going to really root your feet into the ground as you squeeze. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. We're going to brace that core, and then we're going to start to lift, squeezing up. And it's almost like you're pulling yourself toward the wall in front of you and then slowly rolling down. If you need to, you can bring your feet a little bit closer to your bottom. Lifting up, squeezing that block, that pillow or that towel, and rolling down. Good. Last one. Squeezing up, bracing that core, making sure the shoulders are not collapsing, making sure that the neck is not crunching in, and slowly rolling down. Good. And now I just want you to feel what it feels like to drive those heels into the ground as you squeeze that block, that towel, whatever you have in between your knees. Still pressing in, maintaining that connection of the backs of the ribs with the floor. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Good. And now we're going to take that block, that towel, whatever you have, set it off to the side, rolling over onto our sides. We're now going to get into an all fours position. You're going to tuck your toes under. You're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders, pressing in. Make sure that your neck is nice and long, so find a point on that floor or that mat where you're not dipping your head down, but your neck is nice and elongated. And all we're going to do is breathe in here, exhale, nice and gentle, and then brace that core. Feel the lift of the pelvic floor as it zips up toward the diaphragm. We're going to engage those muscles on the sides of our abdominal cavity, those transverse abdominal muscles, and we're just going to hold, bracing the core, and release. Good. Inhaling, exhaling. Really feeling the connection of the pelvic floor with the rest of the muscles in your core as you brace that core. And as we're bracing that core, if you are feeling any downward pressure, I want you to untuck your toes. I'm going to have you place one hand in front of you, and I just want you to place two fingers so that as you're bracing that core, you can kind of gently guide those muscles in and up, because you just want to be pulling them gently in toward your spine. Inhale, exhale, brace that core. Good. And then we're going to actually reach for the towel, the ball, the yoga block. In this position, I want you to still be squeezing. We're going to tuck those toes under. Place those palms right in front of us. Squeezing the block in this position in all fours, still maintaining that nice alignment. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale. Brace that core. And then we're going to hover our knees off the ground for 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Last one. This is a tough one, I know, but we're going to keep at it. Inhale, exhale, brace that core, hover for 3, 2, 1, and down. And set this off to the side. Stretch your back so that you're sitting back on your heels. Drop your breastbone toward the floor. And finally come up into a kneeling position. This was a great introduction to the pelvic floor. If you want more of these, please drop it in the comments. I will send you a free pelvic floor bundle of 3 pelvic floor workouts, and then from there you can continue to work with consistency. We do have an entire pelvic floor program, and we look forward to sharing all of this knowledge with you. Subscribe to our channel. Make sure that you hit all the like buttons and the share buttons, because we will be doing more and more movement, adding more programs, and also comment and tell us what you want to see more of. Thanks for joining us today.